Damaged females will always live for the moment and not for the future. And this is why you want to avoid damaged females at all costs. You do not want to enter into relationships with them. You certainly do not want to LTR them, much less marry them. Okay, because they are always going to put your relationship at risk. All of that emotional investment you've invested in her, that financial investment you've invested in your relationship together, that home you've bought together, cars you've bought together, the business you started together, she will sabotage all of that because she cannot think for the future. She does not live for the future. She lives for the moment. And whenever you date a girl who lives for the moment, and you've probably dated these damaged women in the past before, right? Whenever you've dated a girl who's lived for the moment, guess what? That chick is 1,000 times more likely to monkey branch to another guy, to seek out the BBD, to get tempted by a shinier object, right? That's why we call it shiny object syndrome. She sees a hotter guy. Ooh, who's that hot guy? Who's that hot guy at my work? Oh my gosh, I gotta get to know. Oh my gosh, he looked my way. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, I have to get to know him. Oh, what if Peter finds out? What if Peter finds out? I just won't tell Peter. I'm gonna start password protecting my phone. Oh, it doesn't matter. I've been with Peter 5 years and he's given everything to me and I'm living with him. He's like taking good care of me and he treats me so good. It doesn't matter. I want to see what's going on with this guy. The grass might be greener on the other side. Ooh, it's a rebound relationship, right? She's not going to care about you. Okay? Because again, damaged females do not live for the future. They live for the moment. Okay? They live for the moment. And this is what they are being encouraged to do by Oprah, by The View, by the mainstream media, by leftist politicians. Oh, we need to empower women more. All you dumb men, all you stupid lazy men, you're not supporting your women. Need to support your women, right? All these leftist politicians raised by single mothers identify more with their feminine frame than their masculine frame. They ain't gonna help you. They're encouraging them to be like that. Okay, they're encouraging them to do that. You know who's not doing that? Is good women, right? And this is why they say it's hard to find a good woman, right? Doesn't mean they're out there. There are. Okay, because I've met a number of good women out there. While I've been out in field, I continue to meet them, but they're very far and few between. Let me tell you that right now. Okay, they're very far and few between. And I go out a lot, guys. I go out all the time, and it's very rare that I'll run across a good woman, but they are out there. They generally last very long in these relationships. These are the type of girls who do not live for the moment, but they live for the future, right? These are the type of girls who aren't just going to go home with you the first night. They're not going to have sex with you on the first date. They're not going to be constantly monkey branching or, you know, any cute guy that starts a new job at their work. You're not going to have to constantly worry. Suddenly she's not coming home on time. Suddenly she's like coming home late. She's running off to happy hour. You're never going to have to worry about dumb shit like that, like you would a damaged woman, a damaged female who doesn't live for the future, only lives for the moment. You won't have to worry about that when you're with a good woman. This is why I tell you guys, you got to choose wisely. Okay? You got to choose wisely. Do not just run off with any female. You got to make sure she's a good female, especially if you plan on getting married, having kids, because a lot of you guys, you want to have families. You tell me this, I don't want to have a family, Em. And what do I tell you? I'm like, okay, you want to do that? You got to do it with a good woman. Don't do it with these damaged females. Don't do it with these single moms. Find yourself a good woman who hasn't screwed up in life, who lives for the future and not for the moment. Because if you get a girl, like most girls these days, because they're being encouraged to do that, thanks to feminism, thanks to leftism, thanks to these stupid leftist politicians, right, to act out that way, because they're being encouraged to do that, they don't last in these relationships, right? They don't last. And then they turn 30, they wake up, they're 30 years old, they're like, hey, where have all the good men gone? Where are all the good men? They're not trying to hit on me anymore. They're not paying attention to me anymore. Where are the good men now? I was promised they'd be here. Oprah told me they'd still be here if he was a good man. He should still be here, ready to rescue me. He should just push aside those 21-year-old guest models that he could pick up now for me. Okay, for me. Why isn't he here? We're the same age. We would get along better. We have more in common. He doesn't need to be there for you, right? He could get younger. He could get the 21-year-old version of you. Why would he want the 40-year-old version of you? Makes no sense. There's not an even exchange of transactional value. You cannot go to a Lamborghini dealership with your 1992 Toyota Corolla DX with the balding tires and the clear coat damage and the sun damage on the hood and the fading paint and the dents in it and the AM/FM cassette radio and the roll-up windows and try to do an equal trade for a 2021 Lamborghini Aventador. Can't do that, son. Nobody in the world's going to trade you that. Right? This is why you got to cash it in while you can. This is why, I mean, if you are a female watching this and you are in your 20s, you don't want to live in the moment. You want to live for the future. Okay? You don't want to live in the moment like, oh, look at this, another hot Chad. Let me jump in bed with this guy. And then jump on the, the endless like carousel for the next 10 years. Just constantly like riding different guys and having sex with a multitude of guys, which decreases your value. With every guy you sleep with, you decrease your value more and more. The higher a number you rack up in a guy's head, the lower your value goes. Okay? Whereas with women, it's the opposite. It's like the more girls you slept with, to them, it's like, man, this guy has crazy high social value. Whereas for guys, we don't look at it that way. We look at it as like, oh, shoot, I don't want the village bicycle. I don't want a chick who's like been with 75 men. Right? That's insane. So when it comes to these girls, you want a girl who lives for the future and does not live for the moment. And unfortunately, a lot of girls these days, they live for the moment and they don't live for the future because they are being persuaded to do that by evil forces known as leftists, right? Known as The View, known as Oprah, known as the mainstream media, known as Hollywood. You know what we call that? Propaganda. So if you girls want to save yourself, I'm your best friend. I'm giving you some really solid advice here. Don't live in the moment. Live for the future. If you want to marry a high-value guy, if you want to lock down a high-value guy, the way to do that is to jump off the carousel so you have as little sexual partners as possible, and to the point where you could brag to him about that, like, oh, I was only with 2 guys, my high school boyfriend, my college boyfriend. You could actually brag about that. Oh, most girls I went to school with, they're in double digits. Not me. I could count on one hand how many guys I was with. You could present yourself as a high-value, high-caliber chick and not a damaged female who's been riding the carousel, who lives for the moment and not for the future. Okay? Also, too, part of living for the future and not for the moment, besides not having these one-night stands, running off to the clubs every weekend, taking home random guys, also, gotta watch your alcohol. Don't spend your life drinking. Don't acquire bad habits like smoking, drugs, an unhealthy diet. You gotta watch these things. Because again, you want to live for the future, not for the moment. So before you put that cookie in your mouth, before you eat that package of ding-dongs and that box of Twinkies, you just understand that if you do that, you put on weight, you're going to lower your value. Same with guys, right? If we eat a box of donuts and Krispy Kreme every day, we're lowering our value, right? But for females, it's even more important because they're judged primarily on their physical attractiveness. Where as guys, yeah, we're judged on that, but even more so, we're judged on our financial resources. Where women, we don't really care about their financial resources. All we care about is their physical attractiveness. So, like I said, ladies, live for the future and not for the moment. Because when you live for the moment, you damage your future. And then you become the DG, which we talk about on this channel after 30. Like you'll wake up, you'll be like, shit, I'm 30 years old. Why come no guys want me anymore? Because you spent your 20s living for the moment and not for the future. With that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Do not forget to destroy that like button below. I want you to destroy it, guys. Please destroy that like button for me. Do it for the DeLorean. Do it for Cash and Gizmo. Just destroy that like button. Do it now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, especially especially because they don't like me doing coaching videos like this. They don't want to promote me anymore. So I need you guys to help me out. And the way you can help me out is by subscribing to my channel. Okay, it's free, it doesn't cost anything. So hit that subscribe button right now so you could get more free, high value content from me at no cost just by being a subscriber of the 33 Secrets. And for you guys who want to support my work and all this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you on the YouTube even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the hottest, youngest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, the same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, we are making this happen every single week, regardless of what racial division is going on in the world, kind of virus is going on in the world. It doesn't matter. We are continuing to live our lives and making things happen 24/7, 365 days a year, all around the world, in all 4 corners of the world. And I want you to join my tribe. I want you to join our crew. I want you to become one of us. And the way you do that is by jumping into 7 Months of Mastery. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of mastery coaching lessons from me. And all you need to do to get signed up is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now and I will see you in my next coaching video. Say goodnight to the DeLorean. Good night, DeLorean. Good night, stainless steel. Back to the Future dream. Good night.